Hello everybody, welcome back to another real estate market report for the Central Okanagan, this time overviewing the real estate stats for January in 2025. Now, over the last month, there hasn't been too much change across the board. Some things went up, some things went down, but usually January and February can tend to be a bit of a slow start. And a lot of that actually has to do weather dependent. We had a bit of a colder January in terms of Kelowna anyways, and now it is February 3rd today, and we just started to get snow. We've finally seen the first hint of winter here. Because I do find sometimes that near the end of February, we can start to see the head poke out of that spring market. But if it is a snowy February, that sometimes can be delayed till March. But as per usual, November till about end of February, middle of February tends to be our slower times in real estate. This was an increase from this time last year, but across the board, no big significant changes to say the least. So having said that, we might as well jump right into it. The Bank of Canada did have their interest rate announcement later in the month of January, and they cut the interest rate 25 basis points to make the overnight interest rate 3%, the lowest we've seen in several years. Inflation also dropped 0.1% in the month of December to 1.8% across Canada. Our absorption rate dropped slightly to now 8.4%, meaning we are still in the thick of things in terms of a buyer's market. I thought we were going to start creeping towards a balanced market by the end of January, February, which we still could see happen in February, but as of right now, it's still a fantastic time for buyers out there. Sales decreased just under 1.5% from last month, but increased almost 25% from this time last year with 272 sales in the month of January. The average sales price for all product increased just over 1.5% from this time last year to an average sales price of $753,283. Now, one of the biggest changes from last month is the list to sell ratio, which is at the lowest recorded since I've started in real estate, with an average list to sell ratio of 92.93%. And if you're always wondering what that stat means, it basically means the percent of sales price from the original list price. So with a list to sell ratio of 92.93% and a home is listed at $1 million, that means the buyer is getting that home for about $80,000 under ask, which really proves and leans into the current buyer's market. You know, we have an abundance of listing inventory. We have an absorption rate of 8.4%. Our days on market increased, and it just shows that sellers just aren't really hitting that mark with their list price and are still a bit unrealistic in terms of what their home can sell for. Now, having said that, we did see some increase in average prices in terms of condos and townhouses with a slight decrease in single family homes. The average condo price in the Central Okanagan went up by 2.37% from this time last month to an average sales price of $468,633. The average price for a townhouse rose 9.81% to an average price of $763,208. And the average price for a single family home fell 4.5% from this time last month to an average sales price of $1,028,010. Now, we did just get over the holidays and we started fresh in the new year, so it's not surprising that the days on market increased, but I did feel like the list to sell ratio was a significant drop, and the average days on market also increased by a significant margin, with an average days on market of 91 days here in the Central Okanagan, the longest I've seen since I started as well. And this is up 21.41% from this time last year, with an average days of 75 days on market in January 2024. Now, in terms of listing inventory, we are sitting at just under 12 months of inventory with 3,237 current active listings, which is up 26.3% from this time last year. So although we saw a positive change for certain things in terms of the real estate stats from this time last month and last year, I do feel that drop in the list to sell ratio and the increase in average days on market is pushing us farther into the buyer's market rather than taking us out of it and moving towards a balanced market. So it'll be very interesting to see how the month of February goes. Now, with all the things happening globally and with Canada and the US right now in terms of tariffs, I don't really have an opinion at this point of how it's going to affect the real estate market one way or another. I know certain people do, but since it's unprecedented times, realistically, it's just an estimation. I don't think anyone's going to be able to tell you cold and hard facts. We will just have to see how this plays out, and we will have to see if we move towards that balanced market, that really busy spring like I predicted, where we start to decrease the amount of listing inventory, we start to increase the amount of sales, and hold a balanced market throughout the rest of the year. But since the world is changing so fast, I can really only play this month by month and give my opinion based on the current stats. So if you have any questions about anything I discussed, feel free to reach out to me. Don't hesitate to contact me by text, email, or by phone. My information is on the screen right now, and you can book a free 30-minute consultation call with me down in the description below. Again, my name is Boholij, your Okanagan real estate professional and relocation specialist. This was another monthly market report for real estate in the Central Okanagan, reviewing the stats of January in 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.